All right, today guys, we're going to be working on rationalizing using conjugates. So if we look at our first example, it's going to be to simplify 7 over 2 minus root 3. So notice now we have a binomial in the denominator. So in the last video, we just had a monomial. It would be a root 3n or a root 9a squared, or it was just one monomial. Now we have a binomial. So you're probably wondering, what is a conjugate? So a math conjugate is formed by changing the sign between two terms in a binomial. So for example, the easiest one I could give you would be if I had x plus y, the conjugate for x plus y would be x minus y. So if I wanted to find the conjugate for 2 minus root 3, the conjugate for that one would be 2 plus root 3. And that's what we're going to use to multiply the numerator and denominator by, so I can get rid of the radical in the denominator. So multiply the top and the bottom by 2 plus root 3. So this might look a little bit familiar because in the last unit we multiplied something called a difference of squares, and this is very similar. So let's see what happens to figure out what this pattern is. Okay, so we'll have 2 minus root 3 and 2 plus root 3. So hopefully you can see that this first number is the same. And then the second one, second term, those are opposites. So when we FOIL this out, let's see what happens. So you have 2 times 2, which is 4. Okay, so 2 times 2 is 4. Then we have 2 times the positive root 3, so that's just going to be 2 root 3. And then we have the inner terms, which are 2 and negative root 3. So 2 times negative root 3 is just going to be minus 2 root 3. And then negative root 3 times positive root 3 would be negative square root of 9, which is just going to be negative 3. So we have plus 2 root 3 and minus 2 root 3. So those will zero out. So now we're just left with 4 minus 3, which is 1. So just as there was a shortcut with multiplying difference of squares, there's a shortcut for multiplying conjugates because they're basically the same thing but with radicals. So all you have to do is take the 2 and square it. So take the first term and square it, and take the radical and square it. Because as we just found out, everything in the middle, if I were to FOIL everything out, would turn to be a 0, would simplify to 0. So we have 4 minus 3. So this is a shortcut here. So let's apply the shortcut to the problem that we started. So at the top we have 7, that's going to be multiplied by 2 plus root 3. And then at the bottom we have that shortcut, so we're going to take the first term and square it. Then we are going to take the second term, which is square root of 3, and square it. So we have 7 times 2 plus root 3 over, oh, I just found a mistake here. That should have been 2 squared at the top, not 2 cubed. So let me go up and fix that. Sorry about that. 2 squared. So 2 squared is 4. And then root 3 squared gives us the 3. And 4 minus 3 is just 1. So there's a reason I haven't multiplied the 7 in yet, because sometimes when you are doing the denominator, sometimes you're going to get a number at the bottom that you can simplify with the 7 on the top. So sometimes I like to wait to multiply the 7 in to see if I can simplify anything at the end. So in this case, 4 minus 3 is just 1. So I'm going to multiply in the 7 for my final answer. So 7 times 2 is 14. And then we have 7 times root 3, which is just 7 root 3 as your final answer. So let's try another one. Let's try root 13 over root 5 minus 2. So this is a binomial because there's two terms. So we're going to use the conjugate to get rid of the radical. So you're going to multiply the top by root 5 plus 2 and the bottom by root 5 plus 2. Okay, so that's going to leave me with root 13 times root 5 plus 2 over, we're going to take our root 5 and square it. And then we're going to take our 2 and square it. And that will give me root 13 times root 5 plus 2 over 5 minus 4. So we get 1 again for our denominator. So then we can just multiply out the numerator. So root 13 times root 5 is root 65. And then root 13 times 2 is just going to be 2 root 13. Okay, so let's take a look at this next example. So 2 over 3 minus root 3. We're going to start by multiplying by the conjugate. So that would be 3 plus root 3 over 3 plus root 3. That is going to give me 2 times 3 plus root 3. And remember, I personally don't like to multiply in until the very end just to see if I can factor anything out. That's just my personal preference. You can multiply in, but it makes simplifying harder at the end. And then we're going to square our first one. So we have 3 squared. And then you're going to square your second term. So root 3 squared. This will give me 2 times 3 plus root 3 over 9 minus 3, which is 6. So now we have 2 times 3 plus root 3. 9 minus 3 is 6. So here is an example where these can be simplified. So 2/6 can be simplified to 1/3. So my final answer would be 3 plus root 3 over 3. All right, let's do one more example. This one will be a little bit more difficult than the others. So let's do root 2 over -4 plus 4 root 5. So the thing that makes this one difficult is this one has a coefficient in front of the radical and the other ones did not. But we're still going to do it the same way. So still multiply by the conjugate, which is -4 minus 4 root 5 over -4 minus 4 root 5. Okay, so let's simplify the numerator. So 2 times -4 would be -4 root 2. And then root 2 times the -4 root 5 is going to be 4 root 10. And then on the bottom, we're going to square the first one. So that would be negative 4 squared. And then we're going to square the second one. So this would be 4 root 5 squared. So this one might seem a little tricky, but just remember some of the shortcuts we learned earlier. So this just means 4 root 5 times 4 root 5. So 4 times 4 is 16, and then when you do root 5 times root 5, that's just going to be 5. And 16 times 5 is going to be 80. So now we have negative 4 root 2 minus 4 root 10 over negative 4 squared is 16 minus the 80. And the 16 minus the 80 is going to be negative 64. So you have negative 4 root 2 minus 4 root 10 over negative 64. So that's not the answer yet, because if you look at the numerator, both of these have a coefficient of negative 4, and negative 4 goes into 64. So to simplify this further, what I'm going to do is factor out a negative 4. That will leave me with root 2 plus root 10 on the inside. And then in the denominator, I have the negative 64. And now we're just going to simplify the negative 4 and the negative 64. That simplifies to 1/16. So your final answer would be root 2 plus root 10 over 16. And that's probably as hard as it's going to get.